कर दिया आपने? चलो कोई नहीं, कर दिया। अच्छा
एनसीसी वाले क्या नहीं करे बच्चे लेसन
कर दिया। अच्छा कर लेते हैं।
On behalf of the chairman, Medalist, and the management of the school, I extend a warm welcome to Brigadier Joon, sir. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor to have such a distinguished senior officer among us, who has a vast experience both in the army as well as in the academic field. Now, sir has put in about 35 years of service and has had various appointments in the army. He commanded the last level and a brigade thereafter, and sir also the station commander of Chandigarh military station. And sir has been honored with the Army Governor's Commendation Card and the Chief of Army Commendation Card twice. So this speaks volume of sir's dedication to the Army. In addition to that, sir has done his MSc in Defense Studies, and the best part of it is sir was also an instructor in the Commonwealth. It is indeed a great honor as a sir has shared very good experience and also guide you how to do medical. And I am sure that after sir's delivery to you, you will much more a better student than what you are now. So I love it much of your time and request sir to please share his valuable experience with you. Sir, yes.
Good morning to you all. Some bright, vibrant youngsters that I have come across after a long time. My name is Brigadier Joon, and like you, at that level, I started from Sainik School, Bhojpura. Are you all aware of Sainik School? Have you heard about it? Okay, I was a boy like you, joined the school in class 5 in 1972. Didn't know what Army, Navy or the Indian Air Force feels like, looks like. That is what the Sainik School has made us into. So, it's a privilege coming to a school where the organization is putting you on this track, wherein you can hope for one of the best careers that you can think of. right? And here for a subject, I'm thankful to Calcutta for calling me over to speak to you guys on a subject which is so close to the heart of all soldiers. What are leaders? Who are leaders? People who can, of course, work themselves. But more than that, people who can make others work for a common goal. Have you understood? People who can make others work for a common goal. Now these people will work over a group. It could be an organized group, it could be a not so organized group. So how do these leaders emerge? They emerge out of situations in groups where they are not organized. They emerge because of the situation. Some of you would have seen that. Suppose if there is a problem anywhere, there is a traffic jam anywhere, there is a fire incident somewhere, anything like that, you will find that where 99.9% of us will sit and think that somebody else will do something, one more guy will get up and start taking that initiative of sorting out that traffic jam. You go left, you will right, you will request somebody. And you find that leader emerges from that group, right? Whereas in organized groups, like what we are going to talk of, what is our background, that is the defense forces, these are organized groups. They have leaders who are authorized, who have old ranks, and therefore it gives a very good first impression of a person, probably. Now add on other things, the qualities that we will talk about is what is the add-on. It is the first impression, it is the look that you give to the person who is selecting you or the person who is appointing you. The first look that you give is what has got created, maybe to an extent. But thereafter, what actually matters, puts your 6 feet tall and 7 feet to the nuts. What matters is something else. So that is what we need to govern the justice. Those are the qualities that we need to govern the justice. You will see, I think, one of the greatest people, military leaders, the photograph that you put in the seminar hall. These are the people who led by example. Okay? And military leaders, I can assure you, are a different set of people. Leading is always by example, leading is always the leader taking the action first, and then there are motivating the others. But if you look at the organizations that we are talking about, the military requires different kind of leaders over there. Can you also think why military leaders are different than any other leaders? Can you give a guess? No? Because they are the people who can lead people into probable death every second, probability. There is always a probability of that in any kind of situation that we are living. But still, this person has got the capability of leading those people, those who are following, those who are with him, to that probable, that kind of a situation, and leading them, bringing them back with total safety. That it will be paid, your people must have belief. That yes, he is the person who can get us into, back into when we get back. That is the faith that the leaders, the men must have in us. We've had all kinds of personal examples. I have served as Colonel Kakat wrote out. I have, in fact, as a young man, I started off with a Black Cat Commando, NSG Manesa. Thereafter, I commanded the Rashtriya Rifles Battalion. I was also in the Siachen Glacier, where you see death very closely every day. Right? But it is not that it is happening. You just see, okay, this is the worst kind of situation. But you have the ability to lead people in the right direction, and that is again by personal example, by being worth it, by having the qualities that a leader must have. There are certain very evident qualities that you will find that a leader must have. That is what I am specifically here for today. At the Services Selection Board. I hope some of you have heard of SSB. Any 12th class guys? 11, 12, and girls? No? Okay. Services Selection Board. It has got the mandate to select. I would give the mandate to you. You will tell me what are the words that I am emphasizing on, and see how does it matter. I will explain to you how does everything matter. The mandate given to the SSB is to select young men and women who can be trained and molded into average officers of the Defence Forces of India. Can we get back to the words that I emphasized on? Young men and women. But young by heart, not by chronicle age. It is young by heart, young, vibrant people who are all, some of you are smiling, widely awake, listening to what I am saying, and some of you are already down. So that is the some of you are jumping with this thing, what all is being said to take that in. Young means people who can move, people who are ready to take initiative, people who can do the work given to them at the earliest, right? Trained and molded. Okay, trained and molded is something that you guys understand. If you've seen some memes and all, what the NDA and the IMA and all these institutions do to you all when you are young. You've seen certain memes that you get so much of ragda, you get this, you do so much of physical work and whatever kind. So that is what trained and molded means. Once we have selected people, we try and break their individual personalities to an extent that to the extent that they can be molded into what we want. It is like what is the requirement of the organization. So that is what we mean by trained and molded. We can think of this place. If something happens in this hall, we have We have people to help us. We have two doors to get out. We have a system maybe in the school, PA system, which can guide you guys to safety. Maybe take you out from here in an organization. You have staff to help you around. So all these are resources. How to utilize them? The leaders will naturally they will know how to utilize them. And you got to tell a person what to do, when to do, how to do, take whatever action. So these are certain qualities of a leader. The mental ability or the expression that a person must have. Understand the situation, think of a possible solution, work out what are the options and what are the resources required. How will we employ these resources? कैसे कैसे उसको बांटना है? What all can we? How will we utilize all this? And finally, tell a person A, B, C what you will do and how will you do it. To allot task and the way it will be done. Then the next one is qualities of the heart. Means you must understand that the defense forces work on a concept of team. We talk of team spirit with what the memes that they show you about NDA, IMA and OTA and all that is. That if one member of the team doesn't that is what develops the team spirit in you guys. So when we say the army, the defense forces function on the team concept, this is the thing that we must appreciate, where we need to understand each other very well. Junior must also understand that. So the responsibility of a person is to understand the hierarchy, right? So these are the qualities of the heart, that we must be good contributing members of the team, right? Next is the qualities of the movements, motor qualities, that when you are in a situation, do not sit idle. First of all, you must take action what you are supposed to do. Inform people, the higher authorities. Tell your peers and subordinates of what is happening. But you should not be sitting idle. You should be doing what you can do side by side. Otherwise, it will be very late. So, basic thing is the motor qualities. These are something like determination, courage and stamina. These are very, very important qualities of a soldier that we need to discuss a little bit in detail, and what they will the leaders on your left and right have shown in abundance. Okay, determination is something very important. Can we think of something? Any examples of determination? The senior lot. No, I want some participants. Somebody to tell me what one example of determination. कोई भी आपके स्कूल में से नहीं. No. Okay, don't worry. If you are given any task, maybe in the school, of doing something, you may feel that it is not easy. You may feel that it will be difficult to do it. But the very fact that you don't give up easily, the moment you see something difficult, the very fact that you don't give up is what matters. You will always get some sort of a solution until and unless you give up. If you give up, until and unless you carry on. If you take on the challenge head on, I can assure you that you will definitely find a solution. But most of the times what happens is to give up. So determination is the ability to challenges. Right. Courage. The most charismatic leader on my right, Sam Manekshaw, says something about courage. किसी ने देखा है, मीम देखा है इनका about courage and fear? No? All right. He says, या तो if somebody says that I don't have fear, he is either a Gorkha or he is telling a lie. He is either a Gorkha or he is telling a lie. Right? Gorkha, because everybody feels in the Indian army there has always been a thing that Gorkhas are soldiers who had no fear. Or he is telling a lie. That means every one of us as a human being has fear. And it is a fact that every one of us has fear. I have been through the most difficult situations in my life. I have taken my men through military leader. So that is what courage is. And not what most of you people feel, that courage is dying for the nation, courage is walking in front of the bullets. वो लगती है. This is not what you see in the movies. Okay, that a person can take 40 bullets as Vikram Batra and still carrying on. He's just walking up. It doesn't happen in actuals. And I can assure you that none of us wants to die. We want to live to kill rather than want to die for the nation. I would rather live to kill the enemy. So therefore, it is not that whatever you see of Vikram Batra and Dil Mange More, not that he was wanting this. It happens because of the situation. And the person who is doing so much is nowhere thinking of nation at that point in time. कोई भारत माता, कोई विचार वो नहीं आ रहा. विचार वो है कि मेरे साथ वाला को क्या डेंजर है या मेरे को क्या डेंजर है. And we work for each other. Bharat Mata comes in the line of duty. But we are dying for each other. Each other's safety. That is what takes us across. The immediate concern is my men when I am a leader. It is after the things have been done, or maybe before things have been done, that leaders are thinking of the nation and Indian army and everything else. But while in the thick of it, nobody thinks of all this. Okay, probably that poor guy never had in his mind that I will get a Paramveer Chakra. It just happened. Because he did his best in that situation, the nation naturally had to realize that yes, he is contributed to the extent that he needs to be given that award. But he didn't do it for this award. He would have done it in any case otherwise also. And lot of us have done it. Probably has gone unrecognized, but lot of us have done it. And it is a routine, in fact. Especially in Haryana, if you see, every village you will find statues and photographs of soldiers who laid down their lives. So they are no less than people who have been decorated. Their contribution is equally good. But somebody in some point in time did his best. That is what is courage. These are typical examples of courage. Right. The next is stamina. These are very important qualities. That is why I am saying I am speaking one by one to you guys. Who all understand what is stamina? Any sportsman? Sports. Okay. Who all understand what is stamina? If you want to run a 100 meters race, you got to prepare for at least about maybe either you do it 50 times, 100 times, or at least about 200 to 400 you must run at a speed, means more than what you can do. That is physical stamina. Physically you are running more than that, except making yourself fitter than what you easily will be. That is what your stamina is. But that is physical stamina. When it comes to mental stamina, that is much more important. You don't give up mentally. If you give up mentally, there will be no physical stamina. I can assure you. Okay? Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
If you give up mentally, then physical courage, physical stamina, you cannot develop, and in any case, it is of no use. You should be knowing that we do a commando course when we are lieutenants in the Indian Army. We run 40 kilometers in that with about 22 kgs of load, including that of the rifle, in about 5.5, 6 hours, 7 hours. That is the time that the last guy takes. It is done once in a lifetime. Okay? But it remains, it leaves an impression on my mind that if there is a situation I get caught in, even today, and if I am told to walk back to Panchkula, I can walk back, I can run back. Okay? Because I know that my body has done it once in my life and it is capable of doing it. That is what mental stamina is. Because if you done something, if you know the capability of your body, that what it can do, you can be rest assured that when you get into a situation, for sure it will stand by you. The human body is like that. As long as you back it up with a positive attitude in your mind. So, mental stamina. Okay. These are the qualities of the individuals that we've seen. Then we come down to actual some of the officer-like qualities that leader-like qualities that we need to look at. What I said that of course, in organizations which are proper like defense forces, we have officers who are allotted tasks and given their responsibility. They will take initiative, they will finish the job in time. But it is seen more in groups which are not so organized. At times when people emerge as leaders because of situations. So that is where it is evident that some people take initiative. Some people take initiative not because they are there because of the authority or responsibility, but the natural leadership in them. It makes them move and take initiative to the extent that they stand up to the time and take that action. So that is what some of the people take initiative. That's the good quality of a leader. Then you should be able to take decisions. You will see that until unless we are able to take quick but workable decisions, mind workable, that we should be able to take workable decisions which can function, which can be executed.
It is not that you take some decisions and you just without even thinking whether it is implementable or not. We should be able to implement those decisions. That is, these are workable decisions, and in time. If you delay decision making, you may take the best of decisions, but they are of no use. Some of you feel that I want to go to NDA. Okay, you have to start right from the day that you step into your class 11. You have to start working on your written exams. Unless you take that decision and start preparing a schedule for yourself, get on to the syllabus, do some worthwhile studies of what can you do, how can you go about it, prepare a plan and then follow a plan. So unless you take that decision to work this way, you will find that there will be a problem in executing the whole thing. So in the typical military way, let me tell you how it functions. We are required to, because of the military situations, we are required to take split-second decisions at times. It need not be the most correct decision, but it has to be taken timely. It can cause death, it can cause damage, it can cause whatever, but at least you have taken a decision. We have all faced a situation where if you don't decide, the other guy is going to take that initiative and do whatever he does. Especially in today's environment, the Indian Army, especially so, the other forces as well, we are mostly into counter-terrorism, where the initiative is with the other guy. He is part of the crowd. We cannot do anything to the crowd, on people. But we have to identify him, and if he takes the initiative and he does something, we've got to retaliate in the best possible manner. And because the people are our own, so with minimum force. So you are tied down everywhere. Earlier in the conventional war, we used to have a defined enemy against whom we could use the maximum possible force. We are trained for that. But in today's environment, it is minimum force against an unidentified enemy. And you never know where he strikes. Till the time he strikes, we don't even know that he is an enemy. And in the final situation, it is simple 1-to-1 and the time is not there for you to decide. You got to take a split-second decision. Fire, no fire, hold fire, whatever, that is the up to the leader what he decides to do. So that's why we need people who can take faster decisions, right? Next is ability to influence the group. There is a group given to you, group of people who is given to you for what you want to achieve, what your hierarchy wants you to achieve. Now you want these people to work for you. Why should they work for you? Of course, okay, one is that they are getting paid, another is they are getting all privileges, everything. But the difference between the civil anywhere and the military or the defense is that the leaders are able to motivate them inspire them in a much better way. If we are not able to motivate and inspire them in a better way, the men under command will function the way they function in any other organization. So therefore, it is for the leader to inspire them well, motivate them well. How are they able to do it? They are able to do it by personal example, by leading from the front. That's why we have a large number of young officers laying their life in such situations, because they've got to lead from the front. So that is how they and this is also wherein that minor thing of your first impression as a leader comes, that your people are influenced by the personality that you have. So if you are a tall, handsome guy, probably it adds to that personality. If it is already good, it gives one more input of being a better leader. Next is cheerfulness. It is one of the most essential qualities of the leaders. Until unless you remain happy yourself, until unless you have good sense of humor, until unless your attitude is towards life is positive, you cannot look after your juniors, you cannot look after your men, right? There is a saying in the Indian Army that leaders, officers eat in the end, eat the last and sleep the last. You know why? They will first ensure that the men have got their food. Of course, there is I think much better arrangement for the officers, but they will not take food till the time every man under their command has already had food. Okay, so they eat last. It gives a great satisfaction to my men that yes, my leader is worried, he is concerned about my administration. I go and see first whether arrangements for the men have been done for their whatever sleep that we can. Only then do I get back to my room, of course, where the standards are much better and the arrangements have already been done. But still I ensure that I am being seen to do that welfare for the men. That is where we get this dedication. That's how we get this dedication from them. That yes, my people are there. So cheerfulness is a very great example. Again, I would give Field Marshal Sam Maneksha's example. He is one of the most cheerful person you will ever see around. Have you seen some of his memes? Anybody? No? Hands up, anybody who's seen his memes? None? We must show them sometimes. Right? Okay, it will be very motivational to see some of these stories that about the Indian Army. And nothing great. It is he always talks of simple decisions or things that a soldier would have done it. I'll give you examples. I was in staff college. We do a course in Wellington. It is Ooty. He used to stay there after retirement. He used to stay in Ooty. The foreign army, foreign defense officers who used to come for that course used to look for a chance that they could shake hands with the field marshal. That is the aura that he carries. That is the charisma that he carries. That every person, I don't even know who is the chief of the Australian army, but the Australian officers who used to come for the course used to look forward to meeting Sam Maneksha. That is the charisma that he has for people who have nothing to do with him. That is the level of leadership qualities that they have. So that is what cheerfulness is all about as far as a leader is concerned. Right. These are generally the qualities that we've seen, that we look up for in the SSB. Now, what is the SSB there for? What are we looking at? It is a test of your personality. Some of you understand what personality is? Okay, and now I need somebody to tell me what personality is. In general, anything that you think. You can tell me? Just give a look. Simple. What is personality? Personality होती क्या? Way? Okay. Okay, good. Anybody else who wants to give it a try? One more girl. First one, just a second. Anybody amongst the girls?
पर्सनैलिटी का मतलब क्या है? हिंदी समझ में आती है आप लोग के?
किसी की अच्छी पर्सनैलिटी है लड़कियों में से जो बैठी है इधर? बोलो बेटा बोलो। है? किसी की नहीं है? Boy has to tell you that you have good personality. Yeah. Okay. What he rightly says, बिल्कुल सीधा अगर आप देखो तो ये है way to do things. Okay, sit down. Anything, the way you do anything. बिल्कुल सिंपल उसमें देखो तो आप सही बोल रहे हो. The way you behave repeatedly when you are in similar situations in life. If you are not a good swimmer, every time that you are thrown into the water, your behavior is going to be मर गया लुट गया. नहीं? चाहे कितनी बार भी गिरो आप, you will always behave the same way because you are afraid of water and you don't know swimming. So it is the way you behave repeatedly when you are in a similar situation. So वो way of life. It is your way of life. Now the test is of your personality and not of somebody else who's trying to guide you. You cannot be me, you cannot be Kal Kakad, you cannot be anybody else. You have to be yourself. To be yourself, you got to develop all these qualities that we've spoken about. जो मैंने ये qualities बताई, in general आपको कोई definition मैंने नहीं बताई, कोई अंग्रेजी नहीं काटी है मैंने उसमें, simple चीज़ बताई है कि ये qualities होती हैं, एक आदमी में ये qualities होनी चाहिए military leader बनने के लिए. तो आप उस पे फोकस करो कि ये चीज़ें डेवलप कैसे करी जाती हैं. ठीक, अभी आपकी पर्सनैलिटी डेवलप होती कैसे? आई वुड टेल यू व्हाट इज इट दैट मैटर्स. द एनवायरमेंट अराउंड यू, जो मतलब आपके चारों तरफ जो आसपास आपके माहौल है वो आपकी पर्सनैलिटी बनाता है. ठीक है, तो उसमें क्लोजेस्ट कौन है? उस माहौल में क्लोजेस्ट कौन है? फैमिली. It is your family. Okay, if you are born in Mulana village in Haryana, you will understand what the language is spoken at home. लेकिन अगर पैदा होते ही उस बच्चे को तमिलनाडु में, चेन्नई में ले जाएं, and he or she is kept in a Tamil family, he will start speaking Tamil, he will not start speaking Haryanvi. ठीक? So that is what the family is. That is what the family is. It gives you language, it gives you values, it gives you a proper upbringing, it gives you the standard, a proper background, it gives you the schooling, everything. So family is the closest circle in your when you are developing as a personality. Right from the beginning. Next is your friends. Okay, your friends have a major role to play. A person is defined by the company that he keeps, is the saying. Okay, he is known by the company that he keeps. So what it matters is your friends. Today, under peer pressure, we are getting into maybe wrong habits, or if it is positive, maybe better habits. So the life moves because of your friends after a certain age. After the family, friends have a major role to play. Next is teachers. Teachers have another mostly make but at times break role in your life. Mostly make, because if you get good teachers in your life, sky is the limit. You can move to any extent. If you do not get good teachers in your life, maybe one odd guy, you will lose interest in that subject even if you were otherwise good, because he or she is not able to motivate you to the extent that he should as a teacher, and therefore you do not develop that required interest in that subject. So teachers have a major role to play, and they act as role models in your life. You see them as learned people, अच्छे लोग जिनको सब कुछ पता है, वो आज के टाइम पे आपको भगवान लगते हैं कि यार ये ऐसा बनना चाहिए. That is what a teacher is supposed to be, role model in your life. So, teacher. Next is your place where you belong to. Okay? The place that you belong to, कोई गांव का है, कोई मुंबई का है, कोई कलकत्ता का है, कोई कहीं का है. There is a particular background that you get because of that. क्यों? क्योंकि आपको उसमें फैसिलिटीज क्या क्या मिलती है, और आप एक अच्छे सिटीजन की तरह क्या आप उन फैसिलिटीज को ठीक तरह से यूटिलाइज कर पाते हो या नहीं कर पाते हो. राइट? कि जो आपको फैसिलिटीज मिली उससे आप उस माहौल में आपने कुछ अच्छा करना सीखा या नहीं सीखा, किया या नहीं किया. दैट इज व्हाट is important. So the place that you belong to then keeps increasing your state, your country, the whole world. Now that as officers we are supposed to know not only of the normal what is happening around us, we are required to know what is happening beyond that, beyond the normal, so that we can plan in future. आज के ऑफिसर को ये पता होना चाहिए कि रशिया यूक्रेन में वॉर चल रही है, उसके अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल ड्रोन का हुआ, मिसाइल का हुआ, टिपिकल जो पहले इन्फेंट्री की लड़ाई थी वो ख़त्म हो रही है. Therefore the officers will be required to plan for that. So that is what the foresight is, planning is. So this is what makes your personality. This is how your personality will be made in this environment. This is the environment for your personality, how you grow up. इसको चेक करने के लिए whether you have the qualities, जो मैंने qualities बताई, और आपकी पर्सनैलिटी होगी, इस दोनों को मैच करने के लिए there is a system that has been made. That is what is called your SSB. It has got tests. It has a psychological test, it has a interview, it has GTO, group task officers. Means जो आप इंडिविजुअली कैसे बिहेव करते हो और आप एक ग्रुप में कैसे बिहेव करते हो, वो चेक करने के लिए ये सिस्टम है. 5 दिन का एक सिस्टम है एसएसबी में, जो आपको जब आप जाओगे तो वो 5 दिन के लिए आपको टेस्ट करेंगे. उससे आप किस तरह से बिहेव करते हो, मतलब आपको कुछ पिक्चरें दिखाई जाएंगी, उसके बारे में आपको स्टोरी लिखनी है, वो एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट इंटरप्रेट करेगा, वो उसको पता चलेगा कि किस टाइप की पर्सनैलिटी है इसकी। मैं इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर हूं, मेरे को पता है मैं आपको 40 से 45 मिनट बात करूंगा, जो चीज़ मैंने बताई आपको, फ्रेंड्स, टीचर्स, आपका स्कूलिंग, आपकी कॉलेज, आपकी एजुकेशन के बारे में, आपकी गेम्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में, आपको फैमिली के बारे में, आप व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, किस फोर्स को आप ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो उसके बारे में, और करंट अफेयर्स के बारे में, ये सब नॉलेज आपकी चेक करेंगे ड्यूरिंग द इंटरव्यू। तो और जो जीटीओ होता है उसके अंदर बेसिकली आप ग्रुप में किस तरह से बिहेव करते हो, उस ग्रुप में जैसे मैं पहले बोल रहा था, उसमें आप एज लीडर इमर्ज कर पा रहे हो, क्या आप एक लीडर बन के निकलते हो उस ग्रुप में से, या सबके बराबर जैसे नॉर्मल पूरी क्राउड चल रही है वैसे ही रहते हो, वो उसमें जीटीओ में वो टेस्ट होता है। तो अभी आपने करना क्या है, आप अगर करना चाह रहे हो, आप डिफेंस फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे हो, तो आपको क्या करना चाहिए, अभी से क्या तैयारी करनी चाहिए? 10th क्लास, देयर स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम 10th क्लास? नो? ओके। तो अगर आप इसमें फोकस, अगर इसमें करना चाह रहे हो, तो जैसे मैंने बताया कि आपका एनवायरनमेंट क्या है उसके बारे में आपको क्लियरली पता होना चाहिए। ठीक, आपको सबसे पहले फिजिकली फिट रहना है, दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू प्ले सम आउटडोर एंड टीम गेम्स। आई होप इट इज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इन द स्कूल, so you must play at least 1 hour of games, keep yourself physically fit, do some exercises that you can. The first requirement is that you have to be physically fit. You know that you got to become a soldier, so you have to remain physically fit. You develop good discipline. It is in this, the first thing that starts in the school is that you develop good discipline. That means punctuality. You come to the school well in time. You must have your haircut, this, that, put on proper uniform wherever you are supposed to be. Discipline. You know that the organization that you want to join, उसमें फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट ये है कि आपका डिसिप्लिन ठीक होना चाहिए। तो आप अभी से उसको डेवलप करने की कोशिश करो। राइट, डेवलप सम गुड हॉबी, at least one hobby you must develop, that any good hobby that you can develop some good hobby. Any one of us who can tell me what is a hobby? हॉबी क्या है, क्या करते हो? स्कूल में हॉबीज कुछ करवाते हैं आपको? When you are free, means when you are not busy with your studies. आप स्टूडेंट हो तो naturally you will be free when you are not studying. That time what do you enjoy doing? Something purposeful that you do even at that time, but it keeps you light. Okay, थोड़ा मजा आता है वो काम करने में. That is what a hobby would be in a layman's language. तो डेवलप अ हॉबी, कुछ भी, बहुत चीज़ें आप अपने मोबाइल में हॉबी टाइप करो एक बार, आपको 20 ऑप्शन मिलेंगे। आउट ऑफ दैट जो भी आपको सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है उसको एक चीज़ को शुरू करो। तो मे बी रीडिंग बुक्स, मे बी फिलेटली स्टैम्प कलेक्शन, मे बी ट्रेवलिंग, मे बी ट्रैकिंग, वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू, मे बी गेनिंग इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट सर्टन थिंग्स, बट बी when you develop a thing like this, go into depth of that. You must carry out proper research. Read a newspaper every day, newspaper or a magazine, whatever. Means keep yourself updated on what is happening around you. दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है? And दुनिया starts from your school, your village, your district, your state, your country and the whole world. आपकी knowledge जो, as I told you the circles around you, when we talk of a person as a dot, we spoke of large number of circles. The knowledge about the closest has to be the best. Must know about your family, right? Must know about your friends. What kind of people are they? ठीक, आज अगर आप अपने दोस्त को अच्छे से जानते हो कि उसकी क्या पर्सनैलिटी है, वो कैसे बात करता है, क्या काम कर सकता है, क्या नहीं कर सकता है, तो आज अगर अपने दोस्त को अच्छे से जानते हो, कल आप अपने साथ वाले जवान को अच्छे से जानोगे. दैट इज वाई दिस थिंग, ये इस तरह से रिलेट होता है. आज अगर आप अपने पेरेंट्स की इज्जत करते हो अच्छे से, कल आप जाओगे जब सिलेक्ट होगे तो आप अपने सीनियर ऑफिसर्स की इज्जत करोगे, सीनियर ऑफिसर्स का कहना मानोगे, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करोगे. आज अगर आप अपने घर में कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो किसी तरीके से काम करके, आप अपने पेरेंट्स की मदद कर रहे हो, अपनी मदर की कुकिंग में मदद करते हो, अपने फादर की कहीं फार्मिंग में मदद करते हो, बिजनेस में मदद करते हो, जो भी काम वो कर रहे हैं, तो अगर वो मदद आज आप कर रहे हो तो इसका मतलब कल मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर सकता हूँ कि भाई ये जब भी आएगा बच्चा मेरी यूनिट के अंदर आएगा अगर, तो ये बिल्कुल जो काम इसको बताया जाएगा, ठीक काम बताया जाएगा, वो 100% करेगा, क्योंकि इसकी आदत में शामिल है वे ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स, राइट. इसकी आदत में शामिल है कि ये जैसे ही काम इसको दिया जाता है ये एकदम से उसको पूरा करता है. दैट सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज डन. तो इसको चेक करने के लिए आपको कुछ सवाल पूछे जाते हैं. एम आई इन टाइम सर? 5 मिनट्स मोर. हाँ, इसको चेक करने के लिए आपको कुछ सवाल पूछे जाते हैं. आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ इंटरव्यू नाउ, सो आई विल टेक माई पार्ट. बेसिकली आपको सबसे पहले पूछा जाएगा आपको आपके एजुकेशन के बारे में, कि आप सपोज आप एनडीए में जा रहे हो तो आपको 8th क्लास ऑनवर्ड्स, 8वीं क्लास से लेके और 11th 12th तक आपका एजुकेशनल एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था. एजुकेशनल एक्सपीरियंस डजंट मीन कि मेरे 8th क्लास में 90% मार्क्स आए, 9th में इतने आए, 10th में इतने आए, 11th में इतने आए, नाउ आई एम स्टडिंग इन 12th. नो. Educational experience means what, including what we are doing today. If you find it interesting, आप बताओ कि सर हमारी when I was in 10th class, 11th class onwards, my school organized this kind of seminars where I came to know about the Indian Defence Forces. We had officers coming and motivating us or guiding us like this. So this is what your educational experience is. Anything that you do, any subjects that you like out of the way, or maybe you do not like, or whatever you want to mention. So it is interview is a conversation. We got to understand that it's a conversation. बातचीत है दो बंदों के बीच. It is not interrogation. That what is your name? Surinder Singh. Where are you coming from? Panchkula. What are you here for? Seminar. Who called you? Colonel Kakkar. This is interrogation. No? ये पुलिस ऐसे सवाल पूछती है, इंडिविजुअल ऐसे जवाब देता है, बाकी पूछता है, डिटेल की बात होगी तो मेरा वकील आएगा तब बात करेंगे. दिस इज इंटेरोगेशन. इंटरव्यू इज ए कन्वर्सेशन. जैसे आप गपशप, जैसे आप बातचीत आपस में करते हो, same way you are supposed to speak to us. Okay, so अपनी तरफ से जो भी आईओ है, इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर है, वो इंश्योर करेगा आप कंफर्टेबल होगे, आप अच्छे से बात कर सकते हैं. रेस्ट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू, हाउ मच कैन यू टॉक. देयरफॉर टेक इट एज अ कन्वर्सेशन एंड उसी तरीके से बात करना है. थोड़ा डिटेल, ना बहुत ज्यादा ना बहुत कम, इतनी डिटेल आपको बतानी है ताकि उसको अच्छे से बातचीत के तरीके से वो हो पाए. ठीक. सो अबाउट योर एकेडमिक्स. नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट योर गेम्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स एंड एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज. whatever games and sports you have played, you cannot be playing nationals. 10वीं 12वीं कोई एक बच्चा मिलेगा जो 12वीं क्लास में होगा और नेशनल स्केल के आ चुका होगा या इंडिया की टीम में होगा, वो क्यों फौज में आना चाहेगा, वो उसमें और बढ़िया उधर ही करेगा. सो देयरफॉर इवन इफ यू प्ले कैजुअली डजंट मैटर, उस चीज को मेंशन करो कि मैंने ये गेम खेला है और इस तरह से खेला है. ठीक. बट उस गेम की फिर आपको नॉलेज होनी चाहिए कि वो खेला किस तरह से जाता है, कितना साइज होता है फील्ड का या कोर्ट का, कितना टाइम लगता है, कितने बेसिक क्वेश्चंस अबाउट दैट गेम यू मस्ट नो. इसलिए इंटरेस्ट लेना है. जो भी आप काम कर रहे हो, जो भी आप, जो मैंने बताया कि आप ये कर सकते हो, जो भी गेम आप पिकअप करते हो या जो आप नॉर्मली खेलते हो, उसके बारे में यू मस्ट टेक डीप इंटरेस्ट इनटू द नॉलेज ऑफ दैट गेम. एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी इंट्रोवर्ट या एक्सट्रोवर्ट सिर्फ इसी चीज पे डिपेंड करती है. एंड इंट्रोवर्ट्स कैन नॉट, आई अंडरलाइन, कैन नॉट मेक गुड मिलिट्री लीडर्स. ठीक है, उसमें तो कोई चांस ही नहीं है. यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू बी एन इंट्रोवर्ट. तो जब आप, जैसे ही आप एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज में पार्टिसिपेट करोगे और लोगों से मिलोगे, थोड़ा सा चेयरफुल होगे, थोड़ा सा भागोगे दौड़ोगे, थिंग्स विल चेंज बाय देमसेल्व्स एंड you will be a much better person as far as your personality goes. So extracurricular activities, know about what you've done, know about how was it organized in the school, in the home, wherever you do some extracurricular activities, know how was it organized, किस तरह से वो हुआ, detail. Next is about your friends. Know about them as people. What kind of people are they? आज अगर आप अपने दोस्त को अच्छे से पहचानते हो, आप उसकी पर्सनैलिटी अच्छे से पहचानते हो, तो कल जो आपको एज ए लीडर आपको काम मिलेगा, उस काम के लिए ABCD 4 आपके पास बंदे हैं जिनमें से आप उसको लगा सकते हो. To choose the right person for the right job, you must know how to read a person. कैसे पहचाने बंदे की काबिलियत को, वो एक आदत आपके पास है अगर आप अपने दोस्तों को अच्छे से पहचानते हो. If you chosen your friends well and you understand what are they good at, what they need to improve, everything, you can analyze their personality. Thanks for smiling, girls. 1 घंटे के बाद 2 हंसते हुए चेहरे नजर आए मेरे को. थैंक यू बोथ यू गर्ल्स. सो इफ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड योर फ्रेंड्स वेल, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग. यू कैन चूज द राइट पर्सन फॉर द राइट जॉब. दैट्स वाई यू मस्ट नो योर फ्रेंड्स. नो योर टीचर्स. नो योर टीचर्स हु डन वेल बाय यू, जिन्होंने आपको उस लेवल तक पहुंचाया जिस लेवल तक हम हैं. आज भी व्हेन वी रिटायर्ड, वी गेट बैक टू आवर स्कूल. आई एम फ्रॉम सैनिक स्कूल कुंजपुरा बाय द वे. वी गेट बैक टू आवर स्कूल. हमारे टाइम के टीचर्स नहीं भी हैं तो जो आज के टीचर्स हैं और आज का जो प्रिंसिपल भी है, वो ही मे बी 10-15 years junior to us, but he remains principal for us. The name is that the importance is that he is the principal of the school, where I was, I was a person who was built into an officer from there. So therefore, the importance of that teachers, understanding your teachers, who stood well by you, who was your favorite teacher. And there will be certain people again amongst the teachers also may not be as good as your favorite teachers. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो खराब होंगे, लेकिन आपके जो फेवरेट टीचर हैं हो सकता है उतने अच्छे ना हो. तो एट टाइम्स ऐसा भी होता है, आप उसको ध्यान में रखो. क्यों? क्योंकि आपको अपने जो सीनियर्स में आज जो अपने टीचर्स में नजर आता है, वही कल आपको जब मैं सीईओ होऊंगा तो आप मेरे में नजर आएगा. आज अगर आप अपने पेरेंट्स को पूरी रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हो, कल मेरे को आप वो रिस्पेक्ट दोगे जब मैं सीईओ होऊंगा. दैट इज व्हाट मैटर्स इन योर पर्सनैलिटी. देन यू नो वेल अबाउट योर फैमिली, ईच मेंबर, what kind of people are they you must know in detail about them. Next is about the forces that you want to opt for. How many want to become pilots? Anybody? कोई लड़की पायलट नहीं बनना चाहती आजकल? गुंजन है? Any boys who want to become pilots? No. Who want to join Air Force? तो पायलट ही तो बनते हैं. एयरफोर्स में जाके क्या बनोगे? ऑलराइट, पायलट ही तो बनोगे ना एयरफोर्स में जाके. हाँ, क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? ओके, द फोर्स दैट यू वांट टू ज्वाइन, इंडियन आर्मी, इंडियन नेवी, इंडियन एयरफोर्स, वट एवर यू वांट टू ज्वाइन, उसके बारे में आपको पहले पता करना है. यू मस्ट नो इन डिटेल. That is why I think they've put everything, all kinds of posters for your information, and there is a lot that you can know about it from the internet today. Okay, and the next thing is we must know about current affairs. We must know what is happening around us at the national level, at the international level. Read your newspapers. Okay, listen to the news in the TV. Read what is, surf on the internet. Get into a habit of knowing about what is happening around you. This is what you need to do as a curriculum, as activities that you need to become good officer candidates for the SSB. Finally, my parting advice, I don't know how many of you are serious as of now. With the interaction, I didn't find very serious people about the defense forces. First of all, I would like to tell you that it is a very good life. Okay, इतनी बढ़िया जिंदगी आपको नहीं मिल सकती है. एंड आई एम सेइंग आफ्टर आई हैव स्पेंट ऑलमोस्ट 40 years in this uniform. The best life that you can, best job in life that you can ever get. People say it's not a job, it is a way of life. The best job that you can ever get in your life is of a defense forces officer. You can do whatever you want to. But to become it, you have to have that passion in you. Some of you would have seen the advertisements of the Indian Army. They put, do you have it in you? Do you have what? What is that it? It is the passion. Okay. Dream, I think all of us will have. जिसने भी थोड़ा सा सिर ऊपर किया और जहाज उड़ता हुआ देखा है, ऑल यंगस्टर्स सबके दिमाग में एक बार आता है कि यार मैं भी कभी उड़ाऊंगा. आता है कि नहीं आता है? सबके दिमाग में आता है. बट टू कन्वर्ट दैट ड्रीम इनटू पैशन is what is required, and that is what we are here for. Okay, नहीं तो हम घर पे बैठे होते. We were not required here. So we are here so that we can develop that, we can assist you to develop that dream into a passion. Passion is a positive force. It will give you the positive stroke to work hard for it. So you must get into the activities that I have told. Start doing something. At least small steps will take you to bigger achievements in life. Okay. Any buddy who wants to ask any doubt or anything, any clarification? No? Okay, then wish you all the best and God bless you with a lot of success.
Sit down, please. And quiet. Now, I want everybody to stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down. अभी आप लोगों की नींद खुल गई होगी, जो बच्चे सो रहे थे. Now, सर ने आप लोगों को बहुत क्वालिटीज बताई हैं जो कि आपने डेवलप करनी है टू बी सक्सेसफुल एज एन ऑफिसर बनने के लिए. एंड दीज क्वालिटीज विल नॉट help you only in defense. These qualities will help you in other parts of your life. चाहे आप कॉर्पोरेट में जाना चाहें, चाहे आप लॉ करना चाहें, चाहे आप एक फार्मर भी बन रहे हैं. It is very much required. And developing these qualities starts from where you are now. What sir said, start taking small steps. Start playing team games. Start developing habits. Hobbies होनी चाहिए कि जब मेरा मन नहीं लग रहा पढ़ाई में तो मैं कोई किताब पढ़ लूँ या ड्राइंग कर लूँ, कुछ भी है. Have a hobby. Respect your elders. Know about yourself. Know about your friends. अगर आपको लगता है कि ये your character comes out the way you keep your friends. कई बच्चे के बारे में सुनता हूँ, he is not interested साथ पढ़ाई में. He is more interested in गुटबाजी में, कहते हैं. ऐसे बच्चों को नेग्लेक्ट कर दीजिए. वो अपनी जिंदगी खराब कर रहे हैं, आपकी भी खराब करेंगे. Make good friends. So certain qualities which sir has brought out, start doing those things. And last one thing I always say, आप पढ़े लिखे बच्चे हो, it should be both two ways conversation. ये जो सेमिनार्स कंडक्ट होते हैं, have doubts. हर बच्चे के अंदर डाउट होगी. Firstly, then don't take these seminars as time pass. कि आज हम जाएंगे सेमिनार हॉल में, बैठेंगे, सो जाएंगे. यू आर हार्मिंग योरसेल्फ. ये आपको अभी रियलाइज नहीं होगा, बट वंस यू ग्रो इन योर लाइफ यू विल रियलाइज. इफ यू डोंट मेक योर लाइफ बेटर लाइफ देन व्हाट यू आर लिविंग नाउ, देन इट्स नॉट वर्थ इट कमिंग हियर. You can go back to your homes. because you are wasting your time, you are wasting your parents' money, hard-earned money. Please don't do that. So, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to sir once again for not to be these children, and I am sure they will at least inculcate some of the advice which you have given to these budding youngsters. Now, as in the army we do it, you will all stand up and give a standing ovation to sir. Thank you.
Come, sir. Come, sir.